The deepest, darkest depths of the ocean are a frightening place. Put together all the horror movies you've seen, add some alien monsters, and sprinkle over them some apparitions from your worst nightmares, and you will still not reach the depths of scariness that daring marine biologists have explored. These are the 10 scariest deep-sea creatures. If you're disgusted by this creature, you aren't the only one. The blobfish was voted the ugliest animal in 2013, found at depths between 2,000 and 3,900 feet off the coast of Australia and New Zealand, where the pressure is up to 120 times greater than that of the surface. The blobfish looks like a big gelatinous nose that is greatly deformed. But it turns out that underwater, the blobfish isn't so ugly. It's the dramatic change in pressure at the surface that deforms its low-density flesh, giving it its monstrous appearance while it's first observed outside of the depths. At any rate, for a fish only about 11 inches long, the blobfish is certainly a disquieting sight. The gulper eel has a pelican-like jaw and small teeth with which it can swallow things 10 times bigger than itself. Reaching depths of up to 10,000 feet, the gulper eel hasn't been observed in any great detail, so we don't know that much about its habits. One interesting thing that scientists found out so far is that some species of the gulper eel are bioluminescent, emitting light as a way to camouflage themselves and lure prey. Isopods are crustaceans with 7 pairs of legs. Terrestrial varieties are no bigger than 2 inches. Underwater, however, isopods are known to reach lengths of up to 30 inches. Supergiant isopods feed on sea cucumbers, sponges, or fish carcasses, but food can be scarce at the great depths they reach. It could be this scarcity in food that delays the sexual maturity of the creatures of the deep, increasing their size. Whether or not that's true, the supergiant isopod more than deserves to be on our list. Just look at it. This horror squid was found at a depth of 5,740 to 6,560 feet by German researchers in the southern Atlantic Ocean. It is the only specimen of its kind ever found, so we know next to nothing about its behavior. While new to the scientific world, Promactiteuthis sulcus have probably been lurking at the bottom of the ocean for millions of years, together with many other mysteries of the deep which we have yet to discover. This creature looks a bit like a wingless dragon, but it's really only a barbled dragonfish. Its light-emitting barbel projecting from its lower jaw and dangling in front of its head is thought to attract prey. With those teeth, it's easy to imagine what happens next. Deep-sea gigantism isn't as obvious in the barbled dragonfish as in other species though, as dragonfish aren't longer than 26 centimeters. This is a small monster, but a monster nonetheless. Sharks have a reputation for being one of the planet's scariest animals, and deep-water sharks are no exception. The frilled shark is considered a living fossil, and it's enough to look at its primitive features to understand why, as this species has changed little in over 1 million years. Known to reach a length of up to 6.6 feet, this snake-like shark bends its body like a cobra and springs forward, swallowing fish in one gulp. Its uncanny body shape and transparency makes the fish less conspicuous when it is seen from below. The teeth on the viperfish are so large that the viperfish has to open its jaw to be able to swallow its prey. When hunting, the viperfish swims headfirst at its victim, usually smaller fish, running its teeth through it. The only reassuring thing about this killer fish is that it's only about 11 inches long. In spite of that, the Guinness Book of World Records acknowledges this species as having the largest teeth relative to head size of any fish. From the depths of the Atlantic to those of the Pacific and the Indian Oceans, the marine hatchetfish is a constant present at great depths. The only thing that the marine hatchetfish have in common with aquarium hatchetfish is their relative small size, ranging from 1 to 4.7 inches. Its uncanny body shape and transparency make this fish less conspicuous when seen from below, allowing it to escape large predators. But perhaps the most unnerving part of its anatomy is its tubular eyes, for which scientists also have an evolutionary explanation. They enable it to catch food falling from above. The most bizarre of all sharks may well lurk in the deep. Discovered only in the late 70s, the megamouth shark is endowed with a terrific mouth and sizable proportions. It can grow up to 18 feet and weigh as much as 2,679 pounds. The megamouth shark has seldom been seen, and the lack of substantial reports make it difficult for scientists to classify it. One thing's for sure though, it lurks down there somewhere even as we speak. A near mythical creature, the giant squid has starred in stories and legends across cultures for centuries, but it wasn't until 2004 that scientists actually caught it on tape in its natural habitat. This deep-sea squid can reach 43 feet in length, with the females being notably larger than the males. Throughout history, there have been sightings of giant squids as large as 66 feet, either washed up on shore or spotted by sailing ships, but there was no scientific evidence to prove their existence. If you really want to see a giant squid, your best bet is the Melbourne Aquarium, which paid $100,000 for a 22-foot-long squid that now stares uncannily at visitors from its new permanent home, a block of ice. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out our other lists. And thanks for watching, and thanks for learning.